Cursed to Golf is a horror game where you are forced to endure the most mind-breaking terror imaginable. Playing golf. Wait, they made golf actually fun? It was a bright and sunny day, and you, the golfer, were about to take the final shot in a golfing tournament, solidifying yourself as the greatest golfer of all time. You look around, slowly line up your shot as precisely as you can, and then you die. You're struck by lightning. The audience is shocked, but not as much as you were, and you fall and fall and fall into your worst nightmare. Golf purgatory. Your ghost now has unfinished business and needs to golf through 18 holes, completing them all under par, or remain forever cursed to golf. Released in 2022, Cursed to Golf is a roguelike golf game rendered beautifully in this pixel art style, accompanied by the soft bouncing movement this style of game loves, and for good reason. In an art style as limited as this little movement adds life and character to everything in the world very effectively. Pixel art tangent aside, in Cursed to Golf, you play your way through 18 holes of purgatory, trying to get below par on each of them, while engaging with a bunch of twisted physics and different stage hazards for the 4 distinct areas the game has you play through. Failing any of these holes sends you back to the very first one, making you play through them all again and again, creating a very effective purgatory experience. I worked at Macca's, I know from experience. The mechanics are tight, with shots using the classic timing minigame that I feel like every incarnation of golf bar maybe Wii Sports has used forever, but the tight level design requires real precision from the player in order to move through the level at a good enough pace, adding dramatically to what has often felt to me like a rather stale gameplay experience, much like real golf. It's very easy to fall into a hazard, and landing in most of them sends you back to where you took the shot from and removes a stroke, something that can easily prove deadly as the par count ticks down. The course design does a lot of heavy lifting for the experience of the game, as it highlights the mechanics beautifully and is filled with plenty of opportunities to take shortcuts and statues scattered throughout to increase the shots you have remaining. Although taking the shortcuts or going for a statue can require even more precision than the others and can often be found near hazards, setting up a very effective risk versus reward the player has to consider every time. Is it worth trying to land it on that skinny platform, or should I save the shots and just go the long way? Well, Cursed to Golf provides one more thing that could sway your decision making: power-ups. Power-ups are where the roguelike aspects of the game come into play. After each level, you get a certain amount of coins to use at an in-game shop, where you can buy power-up cards and pins. Pins just give you a power-up for the rest of your run, like increasing your starting par count by 10 or letting your first shot be really strong. But the power-up cards are where the game gets a bit more complex. They allow you to tap into some complex and overpowered shit, where the only limit is your imagination. There's cards that let you create a portal, cards to make your ball phase through the ground, cards that make your ball instantly lose all momentum, cards that freeze the water hazard and make it a solid platform instead. You can use them to make the ball spin in the opposite direction when landing, change direction mid-flight, hit 3 balls at once in a spray and pray type situation. With all of these different powers at your disposal, suddenly you can prepare yourself and stack the odds in your favor to escape these not-so-hell holes. When you lose a run, any cards you have on you get taken away. But there is a book found in stores where you can save cards you want to for future runs. So over the course of the courses, while you're growing better at the game, learning the mechanics and how to best take certain shots, learning how to best take advantage of these powers, You can just store away some of the cards you're getting, biding your time, only to whip them out once you're confident and smoke your way through them all. And you will need to, because the last two areas see a massive spike in difficulty, with hazards becoming much more frequent and harder to avoid. The layout becomes harder to take advantage of and requires more use of power-ups to carve your way through, but with enough preparation, it will break. This game is a mixture of insanely good design choices, with each of them complementing each other perfectly. The golf gameplay works with a tight level design to emphasize precision in a way that I haven't seen any other game like this do, which can make the game punishing at times, especially in the last couple of areas, but the power-ups allow you to tip that balance towards you, with the roguelike elements giving you the opportunity to stack the deck completely for you, while the game does the same for itself through the difficulty spike as you get closer to the end. Everything serves everything else, and it made for one of the most satisfying game experiences I've had. Claiming my victory at the end and lifting the curse, forcing me to golf. There's no need for this anymore. Okay, maybe just one more run. Thank you for watching, and like the share subscribe button for more critiques by Candlelight. I liked making this one a lot. It was fun to experiment a bit with the structure. Anyways, see you next time. Duskin out.